The geopolitics of Iran aside, there is a real economic crisis. I spoke to a few people from Iran, and this is what they had to say on how they're dealing with the situation, how things are not absolutely fine. There is a call for reforms, and this is what they have to say. Tell me, I see a lot of life, a lot of people outside, but truly, what is it that you're looking at when you see Tehran, when you see your country?
Okay, so what could be seen right now is not exactly just the real image of what people really feel, or it is it doesn't just prove that they are so excited about their life and they are so satisfied about what they are experiencing. It's quite against just about people's feeling and about people's emotion. It might be because everyone just knows them responsible right now to survive and keep going, but just majority of people are really against this system, this regime, and just they wish they could bring a lot of changes. There are many evidences these days, and the best evidences would be just what is happening in the universities these days. The universities like Sharif,
the protests that are continuing right now.
They are exactly the best proof, I can say, how people are against or opposed to the idea of this regime. And they know how cruel, how brutal they are, not to give them enough freedom, just to force a lot of people to be living in such a terrible economic crisis.
Right, Sarah, a lot of women have suffered a lot, here. But the protests, women trying to reclaim their space, do you think that's the reason why we're seeing the moral policing in Iran going down? That a lot of people are not coming and saying wear a hijab. Is that something that is changing a little?
Just about the veil or about the hijab, it is quite different because it was connected to the politics of the government, I think. In this case, it was the only freedom which was given. But the reason why people protested against government 4 years ago was not only because of just veil, or Mahsa Amini's actually disagreement against government. It was not the only demand that people requested. It was something a lot much more. And actually, freedom is not just limited to the appearance. It's limited to what people can say or just can present.
Sia, in terms of expectations from the government, what do you want from the regime over here?
We just don't need anything more. We just don't hope. We just we're really tired. We just want something new. We just don't know how to live like this. This lady is right. The tax, the prices, everything here is hard. And more of that, we don't need war. We don't want to have a war. Of course, everywhere in this world have any, like you, I think, have with your neighbor. But this, in our country, it's different. Because we people live here, we really don't think like our government and regime.
You don't?
No, most of us, I think, maybe 60 or maybe 70% of us don't think like them.
Okay, but do you also think that the West does not think the way they should think of Iran and the people over here?
You mean
the US and West, yes.
Of course, every government people, the first thing is their people, not another people like Asian people, or we are in not property of what they think. They just do what they have to do for their people. And we are in the second, third thing or choice for them.